Welcome back. You're watching Today. Now, the winner of the Miss International SA pageant, Phomolo Tjie, relinquished her crown a few days ago. This after the beauty queen's accusations of unjust treatment. Tjie has also expressed her disappointment with the competition's organizer, Kat Ngala, and Mrs. International National Director, Tony D'Souza. She joins us now to discuss this further. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, Phomolo. And maybe you can start by giving us a broad overview of what exactly were your biggest concerns that ultimately led to you giving up what many would say is such an important crown to have.
Thank you for having me. So, with Miss International Beauty Pageant, initially for me, it was to actually, be of service. I wanted to make sure that I want to also be part of a platform that uplifts a young woman. So my concern started with the fact that, I get to be replaced and I don't also get the support from the organization. I mean, working alone in an organization, you request meetings, you request for briefing. It's as if I am alone in this situation, and it felt that I didn't have a voice.
And tell us a little bit about that in terms of when you do reach out and want assistance to carry out the work that you're obliged to do under the guise of this crown, what is the kind of pushback that you would get?
Initially, after being crowned, I wanted to really be hands-on on the plans that I had expectations already, but I wanted to ensure that, they briefed me about the plans they have for me as their title holder. And immediately I didn't get that. And I knew that because I'm already signed with the organization, I needed to ensure that my duties are also on the roll. And for me, it was disappointing that I did everything by myself. And the only thing that I received is to be patient, continue what you were doing. We are handling it. I was promised that, you're going to get everything, meaning that when you're a title holder, you do some certain things, and which is activities that serve into the community, and there are projects that you need to do. So those are the things that I needed to know that, can we be updated on the same plans? And I've secured sponsors by myself, knowing that, I want to win Miss International. I want to go hand in hand with Miss International organization in South Africa so that we really aim for the win in Japan. And immediately when I was replaced, immediately I initiated a call and I requested a meeting, and they told me that, you know what, you need to continue, and everything that we said, we promised we're going to do for you. And till that time, I've never received any form of support.
There have been allegations that Mr. D'Souza had already had a preferred winner in mind for this particular competition, but also that the standard of finalists, including yourself, he alleges, were not up to par or met the standard for Miss International South Africa. What do you say to those allegations, and what would the basis for this allegation be, given that you went through the competition and you ultimately received the crown?
In South Africa, in the pageantry culture, when you give young South African women a chance to compete, you give them a fair competition because, we are all qualified already. We are all the standard. You just need to be given a fair competition so that you can compete and show that you were the best lady that stood out. And for me, when those allegations, or when that individual stated that we are not of standard, and initially when I was told that, this individual doesn't really like black girls and he is aiming for a win, this is just business for him, immediately it shattered me because I thought about what if, like, how would it be in the international stage if I'm already discriminated by my own people? How am I going to compete international? And I know it's a struggle for Black girls to compete because we work 10 times more to show out, to really show that we are representing the culture of, Black girls really serving and being leadership, young people who are really serving and who are of purpose. So it really shattered me and it really broke my passion for pageantry. And I can only tell you that it broke my heart. It shattered everything that I believed in pageantry. And I knew that I don't know how to gather, I didn't know how to gather my confidence after that, because Miss International Beauty Pageant is about empowerment, culture, and it's about confidence. When somebody says that you're not of standard, what are they saying? We competed in a fair pageant where there were diverse diverse batch of young women in South Africa and a judging panel as well. How did it come to you saying that my ethnic group is not of your standard?
And I can see it makes you very emotional, and I'm very sorry for your experience. And of course, it will be important for Mr. Tony D'Souza to come and explain his reasoning here. But as a final thought from you, very briefly, if you will, Phomolo, you were supposed to represent Japan, represent us in Japan. You're no longer going to be doing that. And we can tell that you've been completely scarred by this experience. So what does the road in the near future look like for you?
I can only tell you that, it really shattered everything inside of me. But I'm also, I feel so blessed that Abafazi Pandili is supporting me with the legal support as well. Because at the moment, I really don't feel that I am going to go forward with any pageant until we see justice in pageants for Black girls in the world. These pageants are really making a mockery out of Black girls. And my plans are to ensure that I have a program that will help young women in South Africa, that they know that they're enough, they're already qualified, that they need to know that they are of standards. And I am ensuring that everything will go well for South African girls in pageantry. I hope that I can be able to go in partnership with the new people that I've been meeting, so that we can help young girls in South Africa. And I can only wish that this does not really happen to anyone.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for joining us, and we wish you the very best of luck. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. That is Phomolo Tjie, visibly emotional there after her experience with the Miss International SA 2023 competition. And of course, it'll be important to hear from stakeholders like Mr. Tony D'Souza, who have been quoted as saying that the standard of entrance were not on par, and that's why things have gone down the way that they have.